took me a minute to get to your video, but we're here. Now 2017 for you is about slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. Stay focused. Don't lose sight of the... Take your time. You need to focus more on the bigger picture. So I know that as Virgos, you guys have a tendency to focus more on the details, and that side of you, that part of your nature, is going to come out more this year when it comes to accomplishing certain things. But really, 2017 is about, it feels like spring cleaning. I see you vacuuming, opening up the windows, letting some fresh air come in, letting the sunlight come in. It's about not being cooped up in a house as much, but it's not about going out to the club with your friends neither. It's more about you going out and doing things by yourself, running. This sounds super boring, but you'll get what I'm talking about as we go throughout the reading. But I just get this vibe of it just, oh, it feels real good. It feels, and I think that if you've been going through a rough time, if you are one of the Virgos that were dealing with this kind of dead horse energy that I talked about in the January video, this kind of fresh air, spring, it's just something about the springtime, or 2017 just feels like spring. Oh my God, I don't even know how to describe the feeling. And I don't know what Spirit is trying to tell you about that, but it is about, they're saying go outside. We have things for you out there. You're going to start, I just see you blossoming in 2017. Don't worry, there's nothing that you have to do to, you know, ensure that you know, make sure that you blossom or whatever. But it's about, I just see you blossoming because we've got spring, and I think about flowers, I think about the bees, I think about nature. I see you getting more in touch with your earth energy. Becoming more comfortable with the way that you think, with the way that you process things, with the way you run your life. I feel like you're going to just feel settled into your life, or you can, in 2017. Now that's very broad, so obviously if you've been having trouble or issues with your finances, or you know, you've been kind of drifting here and there when it comes to your career and whatnot, it just feels like you're going to arrive at this settled, grounded, observant, laid back vibration or point in 2017, or that's what Spirit is advising you, or that's the energy that Spirit is advising you to take on when it comes to what you're going to experience in 2017. Okay, Spirit, what do you want Virgo to know about their past, present, and future when it comes to 2017? Man, it feels like spring. I don't know. Alright. So we got the same card for Leo. Alright, hold on. Alright. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the World card. So you've got some things to accomplish this year. And Spirit is not going to be putting up with you and your overthinking, you and your beating yourself up, you and your dead horse and all that mess. This energy is still going to be influencing you. These challenges that you were met with in the past, or just in 2016, your head. You've got to get out of your head. Absolutely. Because the midway position, we have the King of Wands. So this is about you accepting yourself for who you are, going for what it is that you want on your own. It's just something about season. I don't know. This feels like a very personal year for you guys. I don't know if you're into numerology, or if you know what personal year this 2017 will be for you, but for the universe, 2017 is personal year 1. So this is all, for all of us, it's a new beginning. It's a journey of self-discovery for all of us. And I feel like that's what 2017 is going to be about. A journey of self-discovery. And it feels like this journey is like, I don't know why, but I'm thinking of like a fairy tale, like, oh, because I was going to say Snow White, but now I'm thinking of Alice in Wonderland. So Spirit is calling you guys to go down the rabbit hole. And in a way, I feel like you're going to do it fearlessly. Because with this King of Wands being here, I see you just being unapologetic when it comes to who you are and how you are. And the ending position, or the final energy in the future position, is the Six of Swords. Now this is about something taking a while. Sitting with your thoughts and just listening to them. It's kind of like, I do it a lot. I said this before in the other video, but like when I just sit in the house, it'll be quiet like this. Look. This is the Six of Swords energy. Now I've got all my thoughts in my head. You can't hear them to anyone or in any way, but I am just sitting with them. That's what this Six of Swords is about. And then if you look at it together, you have the potential to figure something out once and for all, and to understand why something happened. Understand where you are in life right now. Pay attention. I don't know if you guys have ever seen, if you guys have seen the movie Revolver. I don't know why, but I'm recommending that to you. Watch the movie Revolver. It's something with this King of Wands. It represents Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So it represents fire. It represents the ego, essentially, and what it is that we want to do. But it feels like you're blocked. You feel blocked, or you feel confused. Your thoughts are going to be your greatest challenge this year, just like Leo. But for you guys, it's less about putting yourself out there when it comes to Leo and what they have to do. For you guys, it's more about going within and finding your true self and your true nature. Because in a way, I don't know why, but I think of the King of Wands as like this caveman, raw, human instincts, basic instincts, survival of the fittest, you know, self-reliance, determination, confidence, fire, passion, desire, light, essence. Oh, Spirit, and with it just sitting in between this Ten of Swords in the past, which represents you feeling like you're not good enough, allowing other people to attack you and say just whatever they want, you taking on other people's problems, not looking out for yourself, treating yourself like trash in a can. I don't know why I'm getting passionate, but then midway we have the King of Wands, or about mastery. So Spirit is going to be teaching you, or you're going to arrive at a point of mastery when it comes to yourself, your personality, who you are, and no longer beating yourself up for the mistakes you've made. I don't know what to really say about this card. It's really devastating. Don't count yourself out, Virgo. Even if you feel a little stuck, like Spirit wants you to get out of this rut. Like your job, it's like you're almost in like a little bit robotic with this Ten of Swords. It's like you've just given up or something like that. Like, never say die. Don't give up. It feels like in your mind you feel completely defeated, devastated, but this is in the past position, but it is here in the 3 cards. So in a way, it's still going to have an influence and an effect throughout 2017. But Spirit is wanting you to arrive at the place of the King of Wands because you have things to accomplish. This is the card of Saturn. With the World card, it's about great achievement, success, completion of a life cycle. Why can't I talk today? Oh my God. Understanding yourself even more than before. Arrival, a celebration. I always look at this card as like the heavens or the universe celebrating you, saying you have arrived, you have completed this mission. So 2017 feels like a mission. It feels like, especially with this King of Wands, don't give up on yourself, Virgo. Start over. The Ten of Swords is the tens are about completion. So in a way, don't get stuck into this mentality of 2017 being just a continuation of your hardship last year or the year before, or just your life up until this point. You have completed an important, maybe even devastating, chaotic, traumatic experience. It's over. It's over. It's brought you to the point of the King of Wands, or at least that's what it's trying to do, what it was meant for. They want you to go after what it is that you want. They're not really too specific or gung-ho about what it is you need to go after, but you need to start living your life with that energy of springtime and flowers and Go outside and do stuff. Don't be cooped up in your house hiding away because you gained some weight. Go get you a gym membership and get fine again. Or be okay with that little extra baggage on your belly. Okay? Be confident. I don't know. You guys, many of you, you've just been hiding from the world. You've been too coy, too timid. With this King of Wands, this is about I am Virgo. And I am here, and I don't need your help. I don't know. You guys have got to get it together. This Ten of Swords, you've got to stop beating yourself up. You've got to stop being stuck in the past. You've got to stop trying to be this person that your parents want you to be the perfect friend. You know, you guys have a big issue with perfectionism. And the King of Wands could care less about being perfect. Because usually perfectionism is rooted in your obsessive need to be accepted in some way, or to just have a reason to be okay with who you are and how you are. But the King of Wands is about self-acceptance. You guys are going to learn a major lesson when it comes to self-acceptance. You've got to be on your own team. You've got to be your own cheerleader. If you've been worried about like when love is going to come, it hasn't come because your mind has not been right. So if love was trying to come in, it just kind of got stuck in between all these swords here. And it repelled. For many of you, you may have felt like you were like trapped in this like creepy wonderland of a life in the past, to where nothing good ever came to you in this direct flowing motion. It was always a little interference in some way. And it created this mindset of defeat and giving up before you even start. But Spirit is telling you to rid yourself of that, because this is a new day. You need to spring clean your mind, your energy, mind, body, and soul, because this feels like, it does feel like Spirit is trying to get your attention about something. Because I'm thinking of, I don't know why, but I'm thinking of lightning and communication and making something very clear to you. So whatever past experience you just went through, know that you're going to come out on the other side of it. You've got some hard lessons to learn about it. Oh my God. Get your communication together too. You got some tough lessons to learn. But you won't be stuck anymore. But I feel like with that Ten of Swords in the past, you felt stuck because it was a major lesson that you had to learn. But you have completed it. You completed it. This is your, I don't know why I'm having a hard time communicating. There must be somebody listening to me or something. Let me light an incense in this bitch. So if you're in some sort of sticky situation, financially, romantically, just mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, know that the only way that you're going to be able to get out of it is by relying on yourself, being confident, taking the lead, being direct, being fearless, taking a chance, being a little optimistic. Remember we talked about optimism, pessimism? No, I think that was Sagittarius, never mind. But being much more optimistic and not really relying on things outside of yourself when it comes to making it through this Ten of Swords situation, or walking away. It feels more of this walking away kind of energy. Because I'm not gonna lie, something could have happened to you, or some sort of experience could have been devastating, shocking, heartbreaking, disappointing, to say the least, with the severity of this card and the intensity of this card. But in a way, the Ten of Swords is about our tendency to overthink things and to make things out to be scarier. Oh my God. Make things out to be worse than they really are, and to just feel like, oh, the world hates me. Oh my God, because this happened to me. You know, I don't deserve anything because I don't know what it is, but it feels like you're blowing this thing up in your head. Whatever you went through, it could have been, you know, devastating and traumatic, but it didn't break you. You may have hit rock bottom, but that's your new beginning. That's how you can start all over. You can always start all over. That's what the King of Wands mentality is about. The King of Wands is somebody who done been through it, you know. They're not the King of Pentacles, so it has nothing to do with their money, but they could have been through a lot when it comes to just learning how to love themselves, how to trust themselves, how to embrace their power, their strength, face their fears. They've had to do a lot on their own, so that's something that you're going to have to accept. Not just about 2017, but when it comes to life, that's the only way that you're going to be able to move on from this. It doesn't mean that, you know, with this being the Six of Swords, it's not going to be this peachy keen, you know, journey to freedom. It's going to be, 2017 is just going to be a journey of self-discovery. And you're going to have to realize that maybe you're going to have to do a lot more things by yourself. Maybe that's going to be the story of your life, but it doesn't have to end there. You don't have to just get stuck on that chapter or on that part of the story. The Six of Swords in the future position for me just really represents it feels like this to be continued kind of thing. So this is about committing to becoming a better, more confident, more fearless, more extroverted, outspoken, direct, ambitious person. And even if you were a hermit for the past 6 years, like, you're gonna, the wands are about energy, physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. And so for you to have the king there, the midway energy, or just in the present position, coming into 2017, or as you're watching this video, you feel it. You don't feel as drained anymore, because the Ten of Swords, to me, it just feels like something was draining your energy. Your mind was just all over the place. And the King of Wands is about you feeling renewed. New vitality, new energy, new passion to start over, to make something of yourself, to not get stuck in this Ten of Swords energy, this beating yourself up, this feeling defeated, this hopelessness. The King of Wands is like, no, I don't have to stay in this place. I can start right here, right now. I can rebuild. And with this whole energy of spring, and with this Six of Swords in the future position, know that you will arrive at a place of understanding and completion with this tough challenge that you're going through, or the challenges that you're just going to go through in 2017. Because the King of Wands, you know, he's not the King of Cups, so he's got some stuff to do. He's not just going to be able to just sit around anymore. Because in a way, with this Ten of Swords, when you were sitting around, you were wondering why things weren't coming to you. It's because you were out of sync. You weren't really in alignment with what it is that you wanted to do. And in some way, there was some confusion. You didn't really, you know, many of you have just been wondering, what is my purpose? Why am I here? And that could be rooted in, like, your childhood, wondering why certain things happen to you. Because when I look at this card, it's like, why so many swords? Like, why, you know, I'm thinking of, like, our cross. We all have a cross to bear. And I feel like 2017 is about you not allowing that to get you down anymore. You making it a source of motivation rather than a source of weakness, or a reason to give up, or just no more self-pity. No more remorse for people who showed you no mercy. No more. I just hear no more. And once you step into that, that's when you'll be able to move on from this situation once and for all. And I just see many of you just not looking back. But in order for you to arrive to that point, Spirit had to send these, like, kind of tough situations and challenges your way so that you could get it. Because in a way, you guys are being hard-headed with this Ten of Swords in the past. But the King of Wands is you saying, okay, yeah, now I get it. It's survival of the fittest. If I sit back and wait on something to come to me, I'm more prone to experience certain challenges and miss out on certain opportunities. And I can't be like that no more. I can't sit back and wait on somebody to give me something, or for a door to open. I got to go make it happen for myself. Once you step into that, moments later, you will begin to see a clear pathway out and away from this Ten of Swords. This could be people attacking you, people bullying you, people not trying to give, you know, your boss hating on you, trying not to give you that promotion. Your mom, you know, steady talking about you, like she always has. Your anything, whatever it is that you feel like what has been blocking you, the way that you can move on from it is by sealing off your energy from other people, focusing more on yourself, and not apologizing for who you are and how you behave, and understanding that this thing called life is a never-ending story. It is no such thing as a happy ending. The message here is that it has to be about you. You've got to focus on yourself. You've got to do some spring cleaning, because in some way, with this Ten of Swords, I think about somebody not being protected. How the hell did all these swords just... So you've got to shield yourself. Shield your mind. Close off your mind to other people's opinions. And don't... And just even with yourself, you've got to strengthen your relationship with yourself. The King of Wands is his own best friend. Remember, this represents Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. This is about independence, confidence, creativity, intellect, passion, drive, self-reliance. I love fire energy. I'm an earth sign, so, you know, we earth, but we all got some fire in our chart somewhere. So, look up your birth chart. If you got a fire rising, Spirit is wanting you to use more of that energy. And I will be making more videos when it comes to understanding more of that. Or just watch whatever your fire energy is. You know, if your rising sign is Leo, go watch the Leo rising to see how you can take on that energy to climb out of your situation right now. But I've got to move on. That's the way that you'll be able to complete some sort of major life lesson that you're just going to have to learn. Okay. Okay, Spirit. So, what do you want Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising to know about 2017? Don't hold back. Bring it into form. You see these feet just walking. It looks like he's naked. It looks like he done came out of the ocean. It done beat him up. He was kind of left for dead. I don't know where this is coming from, but it just feels like somebody rising from the dead. Start over, Virgo. It's not over. Whatever it is that you... Well, it is over, because the Ten of Swords is about completion. One absolute. Done. You've learned a lesson. It may have been hard. It may be difficult to accept, you know, the truth or the reality of something in some way may be difficult to accept, but you're here now. And you have exactly what you need, all that you need, and it's you. And what Spirit is telling you when it comes to arriving at this place of the Six of Swords, moving on for good, once and for all. Many of you have felt stuck in a job, and like maybe you were applying to other jobs, but you really just were not getting them. There was like this block. You just were not getting them. You know, you would get the phone call or you would get the interview and they would accept someone else. It was just always something in your way. The King of Wands is about you realizing that it was nothing personal. The universe didn't have a personal vendetta against you. They were trying to teach you to rely on yourself, to not give up, to think bigger. Because this does represent Sagittarius, so Sagittarius thinks it's more on the bigger picture. And like I said, as Virgos, you guys usually, your strength is to focus on the little details. So you guys have to find balance. And I think that with this Ten of Swords in the past, you were being a little hard-headed when it comes to Spirit telling you, go find you another job. Leave that man because you know he ain't good for you and he's cheating on you. Don't try to get pregnant to keep this man, or leave that friend because, you know, they only friends with you because your car is nice and they don't want to get on the bus, etc. That's the Ten of Swords. It's about us being kind of hard-headed. So Spirit, in a way, you know, kind of has to let it come crashing down for us to get the picture. Now, the Ten of Swords represents other things, but I don't really get wrapped up into only the traditional meanings of the tarot. I go with my intuition. So don't play with me if you want to talk about, you know, I don't know what just happened, but I really don't like people trying to put energy in a box. So this Ten of Swords is about you just allowing people to treat you any kind of way. Not like, if you speak up for yourself. Virgo. Don't let people just run all over you. In a way, the Ten of Swords is about being a doormat. And when you're a doormat, people just walk all over you, wipe their feet and their dirty, muddy shoes all over you. And when we allow people to treat us like that, ultimately, that's how we feel about ourselves. That's what we feel like we deserve. So therefore, we are telling the universe, hey, universe, I'm a shitty person. I deserve to be like beat up and talked about, so just send me more of this energy. Now obviously the universe is going to send you that energy, not because they agree with you, but because they want you to know that that is not true, and that yes, you may have gone through those situations and been a doormat at one point in your life, but you're not that anymore, and you went through it so that you can realize the difference between that in this person that you're becoming, that you've always been. But for some reason you felt like it was okay for you to be treated that way. So we had to send you more and more and more of that energy so that you can get sick of it, tired of it, and put your foot down, which is a point that you guys are going to arrive at, or you already have arrived at this point to where you're done being the doormat. You're done dealing with everybody's problems, being everybody's shoulder to lean on and to cry on, and realizing that at the end of the day, no one else is there to save you. You've got to stop being a superhero. You can't just keep being there for everybody, saying yes, being a yes man, not speaking up on when you feel hurt, when you feel betrayed, and just going, I don't know what this Ten of Swords is, but I don't like it. I'm over it, and I'm glad that it's in your past position, and that the King of Wands is following it up, because I feel like you guys already know what I'm talking about. You've got to change your behavior when it comes to how you think about yourself, what you think you can and cannot do, because that's what this King of Wands is about. Your ability to manifest whatever it is that you want for yourself. Your ability to change your body if you want to lose weight. Your ability to kick a habit, an eating habit, a drug addiction if you want to. It's about mind over matter. That's what this King of Wands is about. It's also like that with the King of Swords. But the King of Wands is about pure fire, our magic, our ability to transform our lives, give birth to new situations, new conditions, new energies, our abilities to wake up every morning and start over again. It's our blank slate. It's our birthright, our human right to live a good life, to do what it is that we want to do. Free by nature, so in a way, you felt caged in the past, or you felt like your freedom to do what you want to do, to make money doing what you love, or to move, you know, in some way you felt hindered, and it created this perception of not being free completely, feeling like the universe is getting in your way, or that people are getting in your way in some way. But really, the reality of it was you. It was you. It was no one else. And that's what this World card is about. It's about you arriving at that point of self-realization and understanding that it was me the whole time. And because it was me that did that to me, I can go over here to the opposite. I can rely on myself to change my situation. If I did that to myself, I can get myself out of it. And you will. With this Six of Swords, you will. You would just, it just feels like if you're in this boat, when it comes to this Ten of Swords, feeling like the waters are just way too rocky and you keep just getting thrown everywhere, it feels like just in an instance of changing your mind and relying more on yourself and focusing more on yourself, being more confident, and not letting up when it comes to what it is that you want to accomplish, not apologizing, not quitting, not giving up, even if you've tried a million times and failed a million times. The King of Wands is about you saying, I don't give a damn. I'm going to keep trying. Never say die, Virgo. Don't give up. Because by the end of 2017, you're going to see, not even just like it's that you'll have to wait until December 2017, but it's more about you seeing things move. But it'll be slow and steady. But with this King of Wands, it's about going for what you want relentlessly, but not depleting your energy, not wasting your time with people or a job that is draining you financially and physically, because you're trying to pay your rent and you got to get overtime. Use your energy wisely. I think that that's what that energy of spring, if you were sick or just not feeling good, not feeling well, and just stressed. I feel like with this energy of you walking outside and opening up your windows and letting some fresh air in, vacuuming and cleaning your house, spring cleaning, it's like you feel renewed. And with this message of bring it into form, there's something that you want to do. You may have been blocked in the past with this Ten of Swords, but clear that out. Spring clean that from top to bottom, because 2017 can be different. But if you allow your past experiences or just challenges to getting what it is that you want to stop you, it will stop you. And this King of Wands energy just will just sit there, and it will burn up in you. And it'll cause you to be frustrated and angry and bitter and take your frustrations out on other people because you're mad that you're not where you want to be in life. But that's nobody's problem but yours. It's up to you to accomplish this thing because you can. Gotta move on. Oh my God. Alright, Spirit. So what do you want, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising to know about love in 2017? Let everything go. Now, that's not about all of you guys need to break up with somebody, but I feel like your hands are on it. You've been trying to craft it. You've been trying to make it work. And as I'm looking at this, bring it into form, and these feet walking away, let go of everything. Just let go. And I think that that applies to love as well. Oh, wait. I can't even do that yet. Alright, Spirit, what do you want Virgo? What do you want Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising to do when it comes to 2017? What action do you want them to take, especially when it comes to having this King of Wands energy? Action, creativity, energy, manifestation. What is it that you want them to do in 2017? Thank you. We have the Six of Cups, and in this deck it says simply love. It goes back to what I was just saying about Spirit wanting you to let go. Everything. All of your attachments. Because in a way, this Ten of Swords represents the things that we feel like we've got to maintain. That we've got to keep under control. And it just became too much. Or it's going to become too much. These things that you feel like you've got to keep under control. It's just too much, Virgo. I don't know what this is. It could just be, you know, a multitude of things. And it is because we've got the 10. You've got to let something go. It feels like something is... It just feels like it's you walking in this desert. I don't know if you guys watched that show with... I don't know if that's Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin. But it's those people and they're like... Broken Skull. Whatever that. The little challenge that they be doing. Like fighting each other and stuff like that. But it just feels like you're on that TV show and you've got this chain in your back and you're in the desert and it's like chained to something underneath the sand, if that makes sense. And you're challenged and you're trying to move on. And that's what this Ten of Swords feels like. You're trying to move on. And this King of Wands is you, you know, like really pushing through. They're telling you don't give up because you're gonna pull whatever it is that's underneath this sand up. And you're damn near gonna arrive at a place of just like tears that as you are moving and bringing this thing into form. This could be a business. This could be the fact that you're a single parent and you're getting it and you're doing it and you no longer feel bitter and broken and betrayed by the fact that you had to do it by yourself, or just that you had to take care of yourself. And this Ten of Swords just is some sort of devastating reality that just really ate you up and it really held you back, and it was unfair, but it taught you a valuable lesson. It's a part of your life story. And with this King of Wands, I just feel like with you being in this desert and having this thick chain tied to this unknown thing back here, and you just trying. And this Ten of Swords is you trying over and over again and getting knocked down every single time. But with this King of Wands being right there, listen, 2017 can and will be different. But don't let your past experiences devastate you. Don't let them stop you. Bring it into form. Whatever it was that you've been working towards and feeling like it's been taking forever for you to get there, now's the time to bring it into form. It won't be easy, but keep pulling until you get this thing out of this sand so that you can move on with your life. That's what this Six of Swords is about. And in a way, whatever this is with this King of Wands being here, this chain feels like for it to be the desert, and the King of Wands represents the summer heat, fire. Yeah, Spirit is trying to rev you up. They want you to do something. You've got some great things to accomplish that you can and will accomplish, but 2017 feels like training. Training. It feels like a workout. That's what 2017 feels like. But it feels like springtime. I don't know. And with this message of simply love, they're telling you, have patience with yourself. Let go of everything. Let go of expectations. Because what is he doing? Well, I don't even know if this is a woman or a man, but I just see legs and they're walking. They ain't got no shoes on. They ain't got no pants on. They ain't got no socks on. Okay? They're just walking in this light, in this water. They're focused. Stay focused, Virgo. Keep going. Don't give up. Slow and steady wins the race. So I think that that's how it's been for you in the past, but you'll gain momentum this year. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. Love yourself. Get ready to say goodbye to the past. Even if the past was this hunky-dory, beautiful experience. Get ready to say goodbye to the past and hello to your future. And if the past was some sort of devastating, and I think it was, the Ten of Swords, or the Ten of Swords could just be the reality that you have to move on with your life, and maybe that's a scary thing, or the Ten of Swords could be that your life has just been a horror story in some way, and you're just ready to walk away from it. You're ready to bring this new life into form, bring these new these new ideas, these new businesses, these new I don't know, just this new chapter to form. And Spirit is in agreement with you. Bring it into form. If it's a business, if you want to have a baby, if you want to move, if you want to walk away from your family for good, if you want a new job, bring it into form. And with this saying, bring it into form, and with this vision of you being chained or anchored almost to this unknown thing underneath this sand or this desert, bring it into form. It feels like you're bringing this thing that's kind of buried and it's been tied to you, and in a way you almost didn't know that this was practice. You were focused on breaking free from it, but you're going to realize in 2017 this is going to be your strength. This is what you've been working hard for, working towards, building up to. I don't know what this thing is under this sand, but it's personal to all of you. And it is a little unknown, but it has something to do with you and your willpower. Bring it into form. Whatever it is you want to do, commit yourself to it. Don't have no particular reason why you want to do it, because your ex-boyfriend said that you was a bum, or because your mom shows favoritism to your brother, or because your friends think that they're living better than you and they always making snarky comments and remarks about you and your life and the shoes you wear, or I don't know. But that's the vibe I'm getting with this King of Wands. It's about you zeroing in on what it is that you want and who it is that you want to be. And loving yourself. Not allowing anybody, I don't know, I get this vibe of kill them with kindness, Virgo. Kill them with kindness. Because with this Ten of Swords in the past, people, you've learned a lot about people. You've gone through a lot with people. And Spirit is saying, it's your turn now. I've got to move on because this camera light is blinking. I could talk about this all day, but I won't. For them to say your action is to simply love yourself first. That's how you'll attract, because fire is about attraction too. The law of attraction. Your thoughts become things. So get your head together. Make peace with the past. Let go of everything. If somebody doesn't want to be in your life, let them go. If you don't want to be at that job, take action. Make love, make peace, make harmony the ultimate goal this year. You've got to be happy. Spirit, what do you want Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising to know about love in 2017? Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. This is about you getting over certain childhood issues and you know, hang-ups, so that you can really express your love to your partner, or just express and release love from within your own heart so that you can begin to attract it. You could attract a fire sign this year with this King of Wands being here, or just somebody who is going to teach you how to be more confident, be more spontaneous, be more self-reliant, and more communicative when it comes to expressing your love and your emotions. Somebody who's really going to light a fire under you to do something with your life, and to stop being so wrapped up in your past and who did what and what happened to you. It's about you not feeling like you're not worthy of love, or that your partner is somehow too good for you. I don't know, that was very specific, but you know, many of you feel that way deep down inside, or you feel like, who would want me, you know? Or you're hung up on mistakes that you've made in the past when it comes to relationships, and how you wish you would have done something different, how you wish you could be more sexy, more confident, and you're just wondering why your partner wants to be with somebody like you. But that's how you're feeling. That's not the reality. Because the way that he's just kind of resting his hand on her, he understands her. You've got to forgive yourself, because your fears, in a way, many of you, when it comes to love and your partner, and if you wanted to know why you're single, project your insecurities onto your partner or onto other people. And it gets in the way. It interferes. The Ten of Swords, you got to stop interfering. You got to stop sabotaging your success, your happiness, and your peace of mind. You've got to move on. Forgiving and learning is about realizing that you're not perfect and your partner is not perfect. Because I noticed that many Virgos, you guys tend to be really hard on your partner, especially if you're going through a stressful time. You're the type, you know, we're all capable of this, but I just noticed that Virgos, you know, can take their frustration out on other people, or real passive aggressive because they feel like things aren't going well for them. So if they see their partner doing well and being happy and stuff like that, it's not because you're a bad person, but because you guys are just so hard on yourselves. And you want to be happy, but it just always feels like there's something interfering. And I think that that's what this chain rooted to this unknown thing is about. But Spirit is saying you can pull this thing out once and for all. You just got to stop crying while you're trying to pull it out. Not necessarily crying literally, but just imagine if you've got to use all of your strength to make it through something. But if you keep breaking down and crying, you're depleting your energy. Now, it's not saying don't cry, but it's about this feeling of defeat, manifesting more and more of this self-loathing, just defeated attitude. You've got to change your mind, and as soon as you do, you'll feel this thing kind of loosen up, and then all of a sudden, pop, it's out of the sand. And you're out of this dungeon, you're out of this cave, you're out of this well, you're out of this prison of your mind. You're done beating yourself up. You're done beating a dead horse. And in a way, many of you, because of your psychological, the things that you had going on in your head, you've contributed to a lot of the stress within your relationships, that this is about love. So in a way, I see many of you coming back and realizing how much you've contributed to the downfall of your relationship, or just the stress of it. Forgiving and learning is about taking responsibility when it comes to your love life. If you want to be in a loving relationship, you've got to be a loving person. People want to be happy, They don't want to be with somebody who's depressed all the time and who, you know, is throwing their negative energy on them because they're unhappy. I'm not saying that's all of you guys, but that's coming out. Or that could have been you in the past, and then you're wondering why people are just breaking up with you because they're like, you know, and then like the judgments and stuff like that. People don't want that. And with this Six of Cups being here, simply love, it's about you learning how to not be so hard on people. Because naturally you're hard on yourself, but other people, they don't want to deal with that all the time. So this Ten of Swords is about you feeling kind of left for dead and feeling like people don't understand you. But it's okay. You've just got to come to the higher side of your energy. You've got to turn it into fire, turn it into something, and not allow it to turn you into this negative person. You've got to make peace with something so that you can open your heart to simply loving yourself and loving your partner and loving your kids and smiling more and returning phone calls on a regular and forgiving yourself and learning that you've still got more work to do, but that you can open up your heart and you can forgive your partner, or you can walk away and not be bitter. That's the message of love for you guys. So I don't really feel anything about like single. If you're single, it's about you working on yourself. It's about you forgiving your ex for what he did, but also forgiving yourself for the part that you played in the relationship and the downfall of it, or just the chaos that ensued from it. It's about you going back to that person that you pushed away because you were just all jacked up in the head with this Ten of Swords in the past. It's about you putting your pride to the side and really fighting for love. It's a lot, but I gotta move on. That's what Spirit wants you to know about love. Forgiving and learning. Starting over. Giving yourself another chance. Going up to that person and saying, look, I was wrong. I just want to apologize to you. Not because I want anything from you, but simply love, man. Arrive at a point to where you love what you do. Love is important for you guys. Not just romantically, but self-love, self-confidence, self-assurance, self-reliance. Knowledge of self is important in 2017. Spirit, what is Virgo's sun, moon, and rising's life path? How can they arrive at this point of peace within themselves, forgiving themselves for the mistakes they've made when it comes to relationships, forgiving themselves for... Okay. Oh, all right. So we've got the message of healer. You have the spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. If you want to be a doctor, go for it. Don't think it's too big, too much of a challenge, too big of a commitment. Go for it. I know that's very specific, but every time I see this card, I think about a doctor, obviously, or a nurse, or the medical field. But it is also about, like, if you're in a certain kind of field and you've been in that field for a long time, but you feel like, Spirit or the universe or God is trying to get your attention to go do something else, don't be afraid to go do something else. Know that you are talented and do more than one thing. Don't beat yourself up for all of a sudden being into the culinary arts when you're a nurse or something like that. Get a hobby. Do something. Have fun. Live your life more. Be expressive. Be more spontaneous. Do... with this message of healer, as you heal yourself, you'll be able to heal your relationships. You'll be able to, rekindle the romance within your relationships with this message of forgiving and learning. You'll be able to have that conversation with your mom or your dad or whoever hurt you in the past with the Ten of Swords. You'll be able to make peace with it. You'll be able to step up to it and confront it in this confident and powerful way. And when it comes to this message of the healer as your life path in 2017, this is about the importance of you doing what it is that you love. That doesn't mean that you have to change your job. It could just be a simple change of perspective when it comes to the work that you do. You could have a career that you love, but because of your, your issues that you have going on in your head, it could have, created this situation where you just feel unhappy with everything, job included. So by healing yourself and by living a life of purpose and finding your true self and learning how to be yourself and go after what it is that you want from the start, and not beating yourself up first and then saying, okay, well, I'm exhausted, I've defeated myself, okay, now I'm gonna go do it. It's about changing the process of like how you go about doing things, how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself. I feel like many of you, and it's okay in a way, it feels like, you know, maybe your childhood taught you to treat yourself in a certain way, taught you to eat unhealthy foods, or to sabotage your own success, and to run away from love because you saw how it played out in your, you know, between your parents. And it's just about ridding yourself of all of these things that you swear you had figured out. It's about starting over, starting fresh, looking at life with a fresh pair of eyes, and taking these experiences and helping other people. But before you can do that, you got to help yourself. You got to heal yourself. You've got to go within and find the root of your problems, the root of your depression, the root of your self-sabotage and self-loathing. And you've got to face it, and you've got to take it and turn it into passion, turn it into fire, turn it into action. And a motivation, and like a reason to start over, to create a better life for yourself, because you've gone through a lot in the past. Start over, Virgo. Just start over. It feels like your reading really ties in with Leo, and not just because you have the Ten of Swords, but it's just about this. You've got to treat yourself better, because you're looking out and you're like, oh, relationships, my relationships suck, my childhood sucks. This is not all of you, but this is like how this is the frequency that you're vibrating at right now. It's just this, or that you were vibrating at, and if you don't get it together, if you don't take charge and take control of your mind, your body, and your spirit, you're gonna just get stuck and go round and round in circles and feel like it's the world's fault, and it's not. It's your fault. You've got to get out of your head. You've got to start living your life, having more fun. Like I said, be more spontaneous. You've got things to do. Yes, you've had some challenging experiences, but come on, Virgo. Don't let it stop you. Your action that you must take is to simply love, make peace with the past. Focus more on the positive side of things. You already know the negative. You've already experienced the negative. Give yourself a chance. Start over. Start fresh. Start new. Spring clean your life. Let go of whatever it is that's making you feel stressed and overwhelmed mentally, such as, you know, as this Ten of Swords depicts. When it comes to this message of the healer, if you're wanting to do like what I do, if you're wanting to get into tarot, if you're wanting to learn more about crystals, it doesn't have to be, you know, becoming a healer. It's about healing yourself. That's your life path in 2017. Healing yourself. And if you want to go into, you know, a career field that heals other people, like the medical field, or just spiritual work, light work, you know, writing, you can heal through any avenue. So this is about your career also, but it's about, once you heal yourself, things will become much more clear. And I think that your desires and your passion, your ambition, it will evolve into this King of Wands state, to where you want more out of life. Spirit, what is your final message of advice for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising? I don't know why I just got excited. But it says home. Your household situation is improving, either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. So for many of you, if you have just felt stuck in your life, stuck in your neighborhood, stuck in your apartment, stuck at your job, whatever, know that it is improving, or it can improve. But it won't be without, you know, some changing of your spirit, changing of your mind. You're going to have to commit to yourself. Don't commit to any goal or outcome. All you have to do is commit to yourself. And that is how you will begin to heal from, you know, certain insecurities, certain experiences, challenges that you've had to face over and over again. For many of you, you have had to learn the same lesson over and over again. But I feel like you've arrived at a point of understanding and completion, or you will in 2017. As long as you have to be open to healing. working on yourself, loving yourself more, being more compassionate towards yourself, because then that's how you'll be able to attract more happiness, to be more happy with yourself and your life just as it is. And go out there and get what it is that you want. Because I see that that's going to be what... This doesn't even really feel like a very ambitious year. It feels more about it feels more like a journey of self-discovery. And on that journey, you may change your job. You may learn more stuff about yourself and realize that you don't really like what it is that you're doing, or that you need to stop taking your partner for granted, or that maybe it'll be best for you to be single because now all of a sudden you want to travel and you want to go to, you know, the Dominican Republic and eat fruit or something. I don't know. It just feels like you'll be changing this year. So embrace it, because it's about things coming full circle for you. 2017 is a journey of self-discovery, coming full circle, making peace with the past, spring cleaning your psyche, your mind, your body, and your spirit. The message from Vesta: there's an undying flame within your soul, and it's the light, seed, and spark of your consciousness. Your outer world reflects your inner world. Take a look around your home. Does it reflect warmth? If not, this is easily remedied and oh so important to do. It's a simple task of using your creative imagination to add warm energy to your household, such as lighting the fireplace or some candles, adding cozy blankets and pillows, or displaying greeting cards and fresh flowers. By warming up your outer world, your inner flame responds to meet it. This increases your energy level, which automatically shifts all outward appearances toward the better. Watch how these simple steps recharge the flame within everyone in your household. This flame cleanses away negativity and brings in the new with vigor and irresistible invitation. How can I say this? Yeah.
What?
Ugh, why does that sound weird, that word? It feels like I'm not saying it right. I'm stupid. Yes, that is right. Okay. Alright, let me just do the sentence again. This flame cleanses away negativity and brings in the new with vigor and irresistible invitation. Okay. The various meanings of this card is: you're moving to a new home. You've just moved. A new person is moving in. Someone is moving out. There is increased romance and or harmony in the home. A problem with neighbors is resolving. Clear the space in your home. Remodel. Know that your home is safe and protected. So this is about that spring cleaning that I was telling you guys about. Now, obviously, the home can represent the body. So you guys need to really look at the food that you're putting in your body. Drink more water. Take better care of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. It goes back to your life path of healing. Not just other people and being there for them and helping them with their problems, but working on yourself. Because in a way, this Ten of Swords in the past really reflects your attitude towards yourself, leaving yourself behind. And in a way, when I was talking about that chain being rooted in this, underneath the sand in this desert, spiritually, it feels like you've been trying to leave yourself behind. You've been trying to just neglect yourself in some way. And that can't happen anymore with this King of Wands being here. You matter too. You can't put yourself last all the time, or you'll always be losing. You'll never win like that. And Spirit wants you to win in 2017. They want you to bring what it is that you want into form. Make it happen. Love yourself. Let everything go. Stop attaching yourself to all of these different outcomes. Just commit to yourself, and you'll be able to manifest more, accomplish more this year, and move on with your life. And make peace with the past. And heal your wounds, not necessarily once and for all, but just feel better about yourself. You may have to watch this video a few more times to get what it is that Spirit is trying to tell you, but I feel like you guys got it. With this message of home, it could just mean things are going to be shifting. Wherever you felt stuck at, that can and will change. But your mind has to be right in order for you to really appreciate it and recognize the new opportunities that are going to come of it. Change your mind, change your world, Virgo.